Hello everybody, this is Fernando for Godzilla Movie News. I thought I would add yet another video when it comes to my cryptid YouTube series, this time chronicling another type of cryptid that lives supposedly in the air. Much like the atmospheric beast that I described a couple of videos back, in this case the sea serpent, the sky serpent is a variation of the sea serpent, in that instead of having a very large snake-like animal or cryptid of sorts in the sea, this is actually something that lives in the sky. And it's not a dragon because it doesn't have any type of wings. Instead, just think of it exactly like a very large snake, and there's no wings, but somehow it's able to glide or undulate essentially through the air. Just as perfectly as it would, let's say, if it were going through water or if it were going through sand. Same motions as a snake would, but again, this is all going through the air instead. And you'll see some pictures here of purported sky serpents that have been caught on photographs. This one, for example, here shows a very far away shot of what looks to be a sky serpent. The person that was describing this in the photo mentioned that whenever he took the photo, he took it because he saw a lot of people, it looked like they were looking at something towards the sky, and when he did, he saw this thing essentially flowing through the clouds. In fact, some people thought that there could be two of those sky serpents there, but instead it was just one. And when the guy claims that he tried to essentially enlarge the picture to prove that it's not fake, everything enlarged, everything, in other words, lost its pixelation, and that picture has been run through some kind of Photoshop filter and found to not have any kind of essential manipulations on there. So again, take it as you will, but that's purportedly another, a type of a sky serpent creature that's been caught on tape. This other picture here is another one. It looks like this happened in New Hampshire, and this was back in 2003. And it's purportedly a sky serpent, gliding through the air. Now, how would these sky serpents float or glide through the air if they don't have any type of wings? Well, I haven't read any descriptions, but I would think that, let's say, if it didn't have any kind of wings, maybe the scales themselves are miniature wings of sorts. So if you had a very large snake, and let's say there's over 1 million scales within the body, and the scales all coordinate with one another to open and close, you could have a little mini set of wings. And as always, if these things live in the sky, very, very high up in the sky, it would be hard to spot them unless somebody would be looking for them. And with so much of the earth, especially over the ocean, essentially not uncharted but unlived, so much of the ocean area is pretty desolate. There's nobody out there. It would be a perfect area for these sky serpents to just live in the air and then go in the ocean for food, and vice versa. So again, sky serpents, it's actually not quite a crazy concept when you think about it, how there's actually been some pretty popular items that have included variations of sky serpents. The one that immediately comes to mind is the TV show Dragon Ball Z. There was multiple episodes that featured the main character I remember one of the episodes having to run across some bridge up in the sky, and of course the bridge was made to look like a giant serpent. So again, a variation of a sky serpent. And then there was that game Shadow of the Colossus that featured one of the most brilliant boss battles I've ever seen, which was the main hero jumping on a very large, gigantic, probably the largest one within the entire game, kaiju of sorts, and this kaiju did not have any kind of wings, of course, so it made it a sky serpent. So again, going back to the fact that this stuff, while it may seem kind of far-fetched, it's actually been pretty familiar when it comes to certain areas. And apparently there's a pretty popular game out there called Sky Serpents, where the main character, who looks like a Mario game of sort, has to run and dodge these serpents that are rotating throughout the sky. And again, it involves sky serpents. So in any case, if anyone knows anything else related to this cryptid, feel free to post it on the comments below. Share any information you want. And as always, thank you everybody for watching my movies. Take care.